You found the house, $5 million, 7 bedrooms, 4 acres, golf course views, everything you've been looking for. But before you make an offer, I want to stop you for a minute. Because after almost 20 years of selling real estate here in Middle Tennessee, I've learned something. The buyers who regret their decision rarely tell me, I wish I had bought a different house. Instead, they tell me, I wish I had understood the community better. I wish I had known more about the club. I wish I had spent more time figuring out where I actually wanted to live. And that's a much harder thing to change. You can renovate a kitchen, you can add a pool, you can update flooring. You can't move your neighborhood. You can't replace your community. You can't recreate the relationships that happen over the years inside the right club. That's why this video is so important. Today we're talking about Nashville's private clubs, country clubs, luxury golf communities, and the neighborhoods that surround them. Because in my opinion, if you're buying at this price point, choosing the right lifestyle is every bit as important as choosing the right house. By the end of this video, you're gonna have a much better understanding of which communities fit your lifestyle, your family, and the way you actually want to live. So let's jump in. Here's something I tell luxury buyers all the time. Don't start with the house. Always start with the lifestyle. I've worked with healthcare executives, business owners, professional athletes, musicians, entrepreneurs, families relocating from California, Texas, Florida, New York, and just about everywhere in between. Over the years, I've noticed something. The happiest buyers almost always make the same decision. They choose the community first, then they find the home. Because here's what happens. That incredible kitchen, after 6 months, it's just your kitchen. The resort style pool, it becomes part of your backyard. The movie theater, you stop showing it to people. But your neighbors, your friendships, your golf group, your kids' friends, the people you spend your weekends with, that is your life. That's what lasts. And that's why I believe choosing the right club is actually a real estate decision, not just a lifestyle decision. The numbers back that up. The luxury market across Nashville and Williamson County has continued to perform well, with steady demand for homes priced above $2 million. Buyers continue relocating here from across the country because they see long-term value, strong communities, and a lifestyle that's becoming harder to find in many other major markets. If you're spending $2, $3, $5, or even $10 million on a home, don't just buy the house. Buy the life that comes with it. Because 10 years from now, you'll remember the friendships you built a whole lot more than the countertops you picked. Now let's talk about the clubs that have been shaping Nashville for generations. Let's start with Belle Meade Country Club. If there's one club that's woven into Nashville's history, it's Belle Meade. Founded in 1901, it's one of the oldest and most respected private clubs anywhere in the Southeast. The golf course has incredible history. The clubhouse is beautiful. The dining's outstanding. But I'll tell you what really makes Belle Meade special. It's the people. Generations of Nashville families, business leaders, healthcare executives, attorneys, entrepreneurs, people who've helped shape this city for decades. That is the value. You're not simply joining a golf club. You're becoming part of a community that's been built over more than a century. If you're relocating from places like Dallas, Atlanta, Charlotte, Palm Beach, or anywhere with a strong private club culture, Belle Meade will probably feel very familiar. And naturally, many members choose to live in Belle Meade, Forest Hills, Oak Hill, and Green Hills because everything's close together. Now let's talk about my favorite club in Nashville, Richland Country Club. Richland's probably one of the most balanced clubs in Middle Tennessee. Great golf, outstanding tennis, strong family programming, a very active social calendar, excellent dining, and a membership that's incredibly diverse. You'll meet physicians, business owners, young families, retirees, healthcare executives, and people like myself. People from all different backgrounds who simply enjoy being part of a great club. If someone called me tomorrow and said, Josh, I've never been to Nashville, where should I start? Richland would absolutely be one of the first clubs I'd recommend they explore. Then there's Hillwood Country Club. Hillwood's different. It's quiet, it's private, understated. The people who belong there aren't looking for attention. They're looking for quality. Outstanding golf, strong traditions, a loyal membership, and one of those clubs where relationships matter far more than appearances. That's part of what makes Hillwood so special. Now, these clubs represent the traditional side of Nashville, but over the last 15 years or so, an entirely different luxury club experience has emerged across Middle Tennessee. And if golf is a serious part of your lifestyle, This is where things get really interesting. All right, let's shift gears. If golf isn't just something you do a few times a year, if it's part of your lifestyle, there are a handful of clubs in Middle Tennessee you have to know about. Let's start with the Golf Club of Tennessee. If you spent time playing at elite private clubs around the country, there's a good chance you've already heard the name. Golf Club of Tennessee isn't trying to be everything to everybody. It's built around one thing, an incredible golf experience. There's no big resort atmosphere, no packed social calendar, no distractions. It's pure golf club. And that's exactly why people love it. I've had buyers relocate from places like Scottsdale, Chicago, Dallas, South Florida, and the first question they ask isn't about the house. It's where do I need to play? Golf Club of Tennessee is almost always a part of that conversation. Then there's Nashville Golf and Athletic Club. Nashville Golf and Athletic Club has built a tremendous reputation over the years. Outstanding golf, beautiful facilities, a membership that's incredibly successful, but refreshingly low-key. You'll find CEOs, business owners, physicians, entrepreneurs, people who enjoy great golf without a lot of attention around it. One thing I appreciate about Nashville Golf and Athletic Club is that it never feels like people are trying to impress each other. They simply enjoy being there. Many members live throughout Brentwood, Franklin, and Williamson County, making it a natural fit for buyers looking in those areas. Next up, Vanderbilt Legends Club. If you're considering Franklin or the southern part of Williamson County, Vanderbilt Legends deserves your total attention. It's one of those clubs that consistently comes up when I'm helping relocating buyers narrow down their search. Great golf, strong membership, excellent location, easy access from many of the area's luxury communities. For families relocating here, it checks a lot of the boxes. Then there's West Haven Golf Club. West Haven's different from the others. Yes, the golf's excellent, but that's only part of the story. People don't move to West Haven just because of the golf course. They move there because of the lifestyle. It's one of the strongest master planned communities anywhere in Middle Tennessee. Neighbors know each other, kids ride bikes, community events actually bring people together. There's restaurants, walking trails, pools, fitness center. It's just one of those places where life happens outside your front door. I've shown West Haven to families who thought they wanted a completely different part of town. Then they spend an afternoon there. By the end of the day, they're asking, can we see another house in West Haven? That happens more often than you might think, because sometimes buyers don't know exactly what they're looking for until they experience it. Before we keep going, let me pause for just a second. Remember what I said at the beginning? You could buy an incredible home, $5 million, golf course views, every upgrade imaginable, and still end up wishing you had chosen a different community. That's why we're spending so much time talking about clubs. The club isn't just where you play golf. It's where your kids make friends. It's where business relationships are built. It's where your weekends happen. It's where your life happens. And once you understand that, you start looking at real estate a little bit different. By the way, if you're relocating to Nashville and trying to make sense of all these communities, I put together a free relocation guide that covers neighborhoods, schools, commute times, and the things buyers ask us every single day. You'll find the link in the description below. Go download it. I think it'll answer a lot of questions before you ever get on a plane to visit us. Now let's talk about the communities that have completely changed luxury living in Middle Tennessee. Let's start with the Governor's Club. The Governor's Club has been one of the premier luxury communities in Brentwood for years. It's gated, it's private, it's beautifully maintained. The Arnold Palmer designed golf course is outstanding. But again, the golf isn't the whole story. People choose Governor's Club because everything is right there. Security, privacy, social events, tennis, dining. It's a true community. I've worked with physicians, healthcare executives, professional athletes, and business owners who wanted one place where everything came together. That's the Governor's Club. It checks all the boxes. From a real estate standpoint, it's also one of the most established luxury communities in all of Williamson County. Now let's head over to the Grove. The Grove has become one of the most talked about luxury communities in Tennessee. And when you visit, you will understand why. It's a Greg Norman designed golf course and it's exceptional. The clubhouse feels like a luxury resort. There's a world-class spa, multiple dining options, fitness facilities, pools, tennis courts, even equestrian amenities. But what really stands out is the sense of community. People don't just live at the Grove. They spend time there. They know their neighbors. Their kids grow up together. Their weekends happen inside the community. That's something buyers from California, Texas, and Florida immediately recognize. It's a lifestyle they've been looking for. And then there's the Troubadour. If there's one luxury community that's created national attention over the last decade, it's the Troubadour. This place is just different. It's not trying to compete with traditional country clubs. It's creating its own category. It's developed by Discovery Land Company, the same group behind some of the country's most exclusive residential communities. Troubadour delivers a level of privacy and exclusivity that's hard to find anywhere else. It's a Tom Fazio designed golf course and it's spectacular. The amenities are incredible. The homes represent some of the most valuable real estate in all of Middle Tennessee. This isn't just another luxury neighborhood. For many buyers, it is a destination. I've had many clients specifically relocate to Tennessee because Troubadour was part of the conversation, and that's saying something. And naturally, buyers considering Troubadour often find themselves exploring College Grove, Arrington, southern part of Franklin, and Leapers Fork as well. Those communities continue attracting buyers who want privacy, land, luxury, and an incredible quality of life. And we're not finished yet, because there are a couple more communities that deserve serious attention before you make any decisions. Now let's talk about a community that's taking luxury in a completely different direction. Wailea. Wailea isn't built around golf. It's built around land, built around privacy, wellness, trails, outdoor living, conservation. If you look at the Troubadour or the Grove and think, wow, those are beautiful, but I want something quieter, Wailea deserves a serious look. I've seen more buyers over the last few years who aren't necessarily chasing the biggest clubhouse or the busiest social calendar. They're looking for peace. They want room to breathe. They want privacy. They want to feel connected to nature without giving up luxury. That's exactly who Wailea was designed for. Now let's talk about a name that's creating a lot of buzz around Nashville, the Bounty Club. If you've been following luxury golf at all, you've probably heard people talking about it. Bounty Club's an invitation-only golf club in Whites Creek, just north of downtown Nashville. It's being developed on hundreds of acres with a course designed by King Collins, the same architects behind Sweetens Cove. And here's what makes it different. You don't simply fill out an application. Membership is completely relationship driven. That's part of the appeal. Exclusivity has always been part of luxury, and the Bounty Club embraces that. As the club continues to develop, I think it's going to become another reason affluent buyers start looking at areas they may not have considered before. Let's head in a completely different direction, because one of the biggest surprises for buyers relocating to Nashville is discovering we actually have incredible lake communities. A lot of people never even put them on their radar. Then I take them up there. Everything changes. Let's start with Fairview Plantation in Gallatin. Fairview combines luxury homes, golf, and Old Hickory Lake into one community. You can play golf in the morning, take your boat out in the afternoon. Watch the sunset from your backyard that evening. That's a lifestyle a lot of buyers don't even realize exists this close to Nashville. And once they experience it, it's hard to forget. Nearby, you'll also find Tennessee Grasslands Golf and Country Club. This is another outstanding option for buyers looking north of Nashville. Championship golf, fitness facilities, pools, racket sports, private dining, and a very active membership. It's a full-service club experience that appeals to both golfers and families. If someone tells me they're looking for luxury, a little more space, and they'd love to be close to the water, Gallatin immediately becomes part of our conversation. All right, let's talk about something completely different. Not everybody wants golf. Some buyers want connections, networking, business relationships, creative energy. That's where places like Soho House come into the conversation. Now, technically, Soho House isn't a country club. For a certain type of buyer, it serves a very, very similar purpose. If you're in entertainment, technology, healthcare innovation, hospitality, branding, media, or you're an entrepreneur, Soho House becomes a place where relationships happen, meetings happen, ideas happen. I've worked with buyers who belong to both a country club and Soho House. Why? Because they serve completely different purposes. One's where they spend weekends with the family, the other's where they build relationships professionally. It's not always one or the other. For many people, it's both. There are also Nashville's long-standing business clubs, the University Club, the Standard Club, These aren't around golf. They're built around relationships, business, networking. For the right person, they can be just as valuable as any golf membership. Here's what I want you to remember. This may be the single most important thing I say in this entire video. Are you listening? The club usually predicts the neighborhood, and the neighborhood usually predicts your lifestyle. People who love Belle Meade Country Club often end up in Belle Meade, Forest Hills, or Oak Hill, maybe Green Hills. People who fall in love with Governor's Club usually end up buying in Brentwood. People drawn to Troubadour often find themselves looking in College Grove, Arrington, or southern Williamson County. Buyers who experience Fairview suddenly realize lake life is exactly what they've been looking for. And buyers who spend time at Soho House often decide they want to be closer to downtown, the Gulch, Green Hills, or 12 South. Do you see the pattern? The lifestyle comes first. The address comes second. The smartest buyers I've worked with over the last 20 years don't start by asking, what's the biggest house I can buy? They start by asking, where do I want to spend the next 10 years of my life? That's a completely different question, and it almost always leads to a better decision. We're also seeing more buyers relocate to Nashville from places like California, Texas, Florida, Illinois, and New York. They're not simply buying a house, they're choosing a completely different way to live. The families who settle in the fastest are usually the ones who spent time understanding the communities before they started writing offers. That's one of the biggest advantages that you can give yourself. Don't just shop for homes. Spend time learning the neighborhoods, visit the clubs, drive the communities, picture your everyday life here. Because once you find the right community, finding the right house becomes a whole lot easier. So let's bring this all together. If there's one thing I hope you take away from this video, it's this. Luxury real estate isn't just about buying an incredible house. It's about building an incredible life. Middle Tennessee offers something that's becoming harder and harder to find in other parts of the country. You have historic clubs with generations of tradition like Belle Meade, Richland, and Hillwood. You have world-class golf experiences like Golf Club of Tennessee, Nashville Golf and Athletic Club, and Vanderbilt Legends Club. West Haven's in there as well. You have luxury lifestyle communities like Governor's Club, The Grove, Troubadour, and Wailea that have completely redefined what luxury living looks like in our market. And then you have lake communities like Fairview Plantation and Tennessee Grasslands, where you can spend the morning on the golf course and the afternoon on the water. And if your lifestyle is built around business, entrepreneurship, entertainment, or healthcare, Nashville offers private clubs and networking communities that make this city one of the most connected places in the country. None of those choices are wrong. They're just different. The key is finding the one that fits you. Because here's what I've learned after helping people relocate here for almost 20 years. The people who love where they live didn't accidentally end up there. They were intentional. They spent time understanding the neighborhoods. They visited the clubs. They explored the communities. They thought about what everyday life would actually look like. Then they bought the house. That's the order. Lifestyle first, house second. And I can tell you from experience, that approach almost always leads to happier buyers. If you're thinking about moving to Nashville, Brentwood, Franklin, College Grove, Arrington, Belle Meade, Gallatin, Hendersonville, or anywhere across Middle Tennessee, I would love the opportunity to help you. My team and I have been helping people relocate here for 20 years. We don't just open doors and write contracts. We help people understand this market, the neighborhoods, the schools, the clubs, the commute, the lifestyle, because those are the things that shape your life long after moving day. So before you fall in love with a house online, let's make sure you're looking in the right community first. That's the conversation that can save you years of wondering if you made the right decision. If you haven't already, be sure to grab our free Nashville relocation guide using the link in the description below. It's packed with information we couldn't fit into a video, and it'll help you narrow down the areas that fit your goals and your lifestyle. And if this video gave you some value, I'd really appreciate it if you'd hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Every single week, we're sharing real insights into what it's like to live, work, and invest in Middle Tennessee. No hype, no fluff, just the information I'd want my own family to have if they were making a move here. And if you've made it this far, I've got one favor to ask. Leave me a comment below and tell me where you're moving from. I read the comments and I love seeing where people are coming from and what brought them to Nashville. You never know. You may even meet someone making the exact same move. Thanks so much for spending part of your day with me. I'm Josh Anderson, and I'll see you in the next video. And until then, don't just find a beautiful house. Find the place that feels like home.